this episode of Ghostly Officers, the Belmont Paranormal Society investigates a 200-year-old poor farm and infirmary. The following footage is what took place at the Fairfield County Infirmary. Viewer discretion is advised.
We are technically on the second floor, so you guys came in on the second floor. The first floor is the ground level. There is an entrance down there, but with the ramp, everybody comes in here.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot down this way. There's a lot of locked doors down this way, storage and offices. So when I walk around this building and say things from a psychic perspective, and somebody else comes in and says something from a psychic perspective and it's entirely different, I always feel that it doesn't mean any one of us is wrong. It means there's 200 years of history here. There are so many layers. Each room has so much. So if you guys are here tonight and get one thing in another room, come back another time, you might get something entirely different in that room. But one of the most famous deaths recorded here is Jane Householder. Jane Householder was a woman who was a resident here, and one day she was cold and she wanted to start a fire. And she was told, no, you can't start a fire. And she went to start a fire anyway. And some of the coals bounced back and she started on fire, and that's how she died. She burned to death or died several hours later. Here we have our bell room.
Seems to be a trend.
And a fireplace.
Blair House has a doll room. So it seems to be a trend where we go.
This is the one room where I woke up in the middle of the night and had someone standing there and just staring at me.
Wow.
One of the most clear shadow apparitions I've seen in this building was in this room, waking up in the middle of the night.
Wow.
The end room over here, a number of women have told me that they don't feel comfortable going in that room, as there's been a male presence that's made them feel very uncomfortable. The doors, this one here and the one to the left, are both closed. They're both bathrooms. I mean, you are welcome to go in those and investigate those. I will tell you from my experience here that the bathrooms in this building have a life of their own.
Really?
Yes.
What's some of the activity that might go on in one of the bathrooms?
If there's anybody in the group that's sensitive or feels things, I mean, look for feelings of pure terror.
Terror?
Terror. There's one floor up, bathtub that I'm pretty sure someone drowned in.
Really?
Yeah. And there's another bathroom 2 floors up that's standing outside of one of the members of our team. Just got kicked in the gut one night. We were walking through, and it's like something just charged him right in the gut. I mean, we watched him just double over, something coming out of the bathroom.
I've heard reports of like what they call the 7-foot tall shadow. Is any of this, do you think, related to him or something else?
If he's a thing in this building, I think his presence is mostly found in the attic.
The attic.
A lot of people get shadow figures down here. A lot of people get just feelings of discomfort that they don't want to be down here. I mean, I'll be honest with you. There's nights where I come down these stairs right here. This would be our main staircase. I'll come down the stairs and I'll think to myself, because I do a walkthrough when I come into the building, and I'll think, we're going this way. We're not even going to look that way. And there's other nights where I come down these stairs and that's the first place I go. So that corridor tends to get a little uncomfortable. If we move back here, we have the funeral parlor. energy of this room tonight is not what it normally is. Something in here feels different. I would strongly suggest you guys spend some time in here tonight, investigate this room. There are times this room is very quiet. There's times this room is more active. Based on the way I felt when I walked in here tonight.
It's funny that you say that because I almost had a different feeling walking in this room as well, like kind of a heaviness, if that makes sense.
Right, and that's not always here.
Okay.
So I think it would be very worthwhile for you to come and investigate this room tonight. This is the doctor's office. So some of the things in this room are natural and have always been here. Some things have been donated. Remember when you came in and I mentioned that I worked on something for a year? I spent a year unraveling something, and I'm writing a book just based on that year. That year started in this room.
Really?
It started with me standing at this window and looking out and tapping my fingers on the glass and realizing that's not something that I do, ever. So that started a year's journey that's being written right now in a book. We do get a lot of activity in this room. I will tell you that at least one of the doctors that's been in this space does not like when people wear hats.
Really?
And I mean, I often walk into the building wearing a hat myself too and don't think about it. So don't feel like you need to take it off.
Right.
I mean, you're not going to get your ass kicked. But I will tell you that one of them is just from that time where they found that disrespectful. And I don't always think of it myself, so it is what it is.
This is the same room where they would bring in the bodies from the morgue, and then they would drain their fluids, and it was hooked to the line that actually ended up in the people's drinking water.
Right. Actually, that would be the next room over.
Okay, that's
the
over there.
basins. Yep, the next room over would be the basins for that. I will tell you that during the winter, when they weren't able to get the bodies in the grounds, they stored the bodies in here at the exact same place that they stored the residents' food. So that's a little disgusting. Unfortunately, I think that was quite common.
I know of a lot of the rumors that they talked about where just stuff like that, or how they were being mistreated and stuff like that. So you can imagine in a place like this, when you're getting mistreated like that, why there'd be so much unrest in this place.
Right. And that's one of the reasons why when I get here, I do my rounds, I do my walk around, and there's certain rooms that I go to just to make sure that the furniture is how they like it. Because I've connected with a number of spirits here. There's room 310, we're going to get there in a little bit.
Right.
The spirit in that room, she's blind, she can't see a thing. She likes to sit in her chair in front of the window looking out, even though she could never see a thing in life. But it's the third floor of any building that is multiple floors. It's like my Disney World. I get on the third floor like a kid in a candy store. So this would have technically been one side versus the other. We have what would have been the women's side and the men's side.
Okay.
It was divided, and there were rules that they were not allowed to commingle nor interact. Back here, we have another bump out. So realistically, Jane Householder could have died back here as well. Anybody sensitive? Ask the kids in this room what game they're playing tonight. But here we have a fireplace. Jane Householder could have lit her fire in this room and ran across to that room, so it would have been one of the bump outs. Second floor or third floor. Sarah's a name you might get in here. If you get that name anywhere in this building tonight, I insist you let me know.
Okay.
Because I have reason to believe she's not here right now, or hasn't been here. So if you get her name, I would love to know.
So here's a question for you, because I've been coming up with a theory of my own as far as these little girl names that seem to come up in these different places. Like, for instance, the Belair house has a little girl named Emily that doesn't really appear to be a little girl. It appears to be something pretending to be a little girl and traveling through portals. Like the Conjuring house has a little girl named Sally. Sarah, Sally, Emily.
I'm not making these faces because I disagree with you. I'm making these faces because you're hitting a chord in my soul. I've been there.
Really?
And have experience. I've not been to the Bel Air house. I've not been to the Conjuring house.
Mm-hmm.
But Madison Seminary, who's also owned by the same person who owns this property,
Okay.
there's a room there known as Sarah's room, and Sarah is said to be a little girl. I do not believe that Sarah is a little girl.
Right. Because there were times when we were at the Bel Air house and we were getting responses that sounded like a little girl. Like I remember one was a little girl laugh, and it was just it was so placed awkwardly that I was like, that's not funny. I don't understand why that's funny. And as the night would progress and we'd poke the bear a little bit more by reading prayer, the little girl disappeared and was then transformed into something that would come through with a growl, or then, like I said, would start picking out particular things with myself that were very personal that I wasn't talking about, shouldn't have known. And I'm seeing a pattern in these places where they talk about a little kid entity that seems to be something different.
This room and Sarah in that closet, Sarah's a grown woman. Sarah is not in any way in this room a child.
Okay.
We do have other children in this building, of course. Eva is one of the names you might get for children.
Okay.
But Eva is the name of a child that you might get here that I authentically believe to be a child.
Okay.
And I've got a lot of her history. As far as I know, I've not encountered that energy here, that something is manifesting as a child that's not. But what you speak of, I am familiar with. And my Madison Seminary example is the best I can give. I am right there with you.
Okay. Okay.
I think anything that's here of that energy would be more of a threat to female spirits.
Females. Okay.
Yes, adult female spirits.
Adult females. Okay. I'll keep that in mind for when we're questioning later to see if bringing up female spirits enhances that sort of energy at all.
Major back here, there's still some records from when this was the health department and other things like that. You'll find records and things lying around. I've connected with people who worked here when this was the health department and have told stories about things that happened here. I mean, people have said that they've heard things in offices and footsteps and just all kinds of things. One day, somebody was getting a call from another person's office and there was absolutely nobody in that office to have made the call. I mean, these were landlines, not cell phones, of course, so you'd know if a call was coming from a certain office. Room 318. I come downstairs and I sometimes say, 318 is 318ing. Myself, other people, other groups that have not been connected with me have stood in this room and felt like you've been on a mushroom trip. Just two people standing in front of each other, and it's absolutely surreal.
Yeah.
So look for that energy in here. Look for the name Ken, the man that hangs out in this room, Ken. I think when I sleep in this building, if I sleep on this floor down that way, Ken likes to come and knock on my door at night. 308, we were here for a private event earlier in the summer, and 308 came through someone's ghost box. We were in the room with the castle down there.
Okay.
And I was like, what's up with 308? I'm going to go down there. And as I was walking through the hallway, I'm like, whoa, every room is off. I mean, these are the rooms on this floor that when I talk about furniture being where it should be, I mean, I have a history with this floor. Everything was off. Every room was wild. This room, I took one step in and I felt like I was having a heart attack. It was the first time I've ever walked in this room. And I will tell you that there is a man that has been connected to this room that ended up in my car one night on the way home. And he showed me a place about 6 miles down the road that relates to how he ended up paralyzed and how he ended up here. And there is an article that you can find up there, Paralyzed Man Dies at the Infirmary. That's the man who is picked up in this room. 317. She does not like her chair the way it was. She likes her chair that way, I'm just saying. For the longest time, myself and many others could stand out there and could see a figure in here. Like they were in the bed, and they would get up and they would move around and they would lay down and they'd get up and they were not comfortable. And at that time, this vanity was here. Well, no wonder they can't get comfortable. They feel like they're stuck. Whoever put that vanity there, they're trapped in their bed. So we moved the vanity, and then later, oh, you need a chair. So we ended up bringing the chair in, and now she's pretty happy. The woman in this room can be a pretty fierce protector of this building, too. Nothing quite like Lisa, Laesa, in room 310. Our blind woman who likes to sit in this chair and look out the window. If something is coming in with someone that doesn't belong here, she deals with it.
Really?
There's a fierce protective energy around this room and the woman in it. The jail cell.
This one I've been waiting for.
I've heard that people were not left in here for much more than 24 hours. I will tell you that in all of the time I have spent in this building, I have not felt nor experienced anything in this room until 2 weeks ago.
Really?
When I got here 2 weeks ago and walked up, the cell door was closed and I stood outside and it was like this whole room was filled with smoke. And I went to open the door and it's like there was somebody right in my ear that said, keep the door closed. I just walked away and left the door closed. I didn't feel any need to open it.
I heard that whenever this place was up and running, and they would have people that were acting out, and they would place them in this room, they would place to where you could barely move. There were so many people in this room just screaming.
Right.
Like I heard reports that people would say that it was so loud in this room with the amount of people that people would be pulling up in the parking lot able to hear the screaming from this room.
Right, and I believe that. We have record of a man here who was known as Nuisance. That's the name he was given. And this right here is said to be Nuisance's room. And Nuisance wasn't really prone to communicating in full sentences. He preferred to growl. There's someone said that they heard growling coming out of this room.
Right, so you're saying that, well, if we do pick up a growl, it's most likely not something demonic. It's just
exactly.
This,
it's probably Nuisance running around. But this bathroom right here is where one of our crew members was standing not long ago, when it was like something just charged out of there and kicked him right in the gut. We watched him double over. We're going to the attic. I always wanted to sleep up here, but I've never quite gotten around to it. In the spring and summer, bat season, when I was living up here during bat season. And 2 weeks ago when I was here, I mean, it's very nice up here now. 2 weeks ago, it was just too cold.
So the warmest in part of the building.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
It's usually the opposite.
And still, 2 weeks ago, it was too cold up here for me to sleep up here. Otherwise, I would have. But when we talk about a 7-foot shadow figure, that's where you might most likely see him. Don't know who he is, don't know what he is.
Yep.
I think what I said earlier is most applicable. Don't know why he presents himself that way.
Right.
I think that's got a lot to do with it.
I've definitely heard a lot about these.
The chains are not original, the hooks are. So these were actually used this way. And we've heard about a man who's left up here chained and froze to death in the winter. So it could have been right around this time of year, a month earlier, who knows. I mean, it's warmer in February now than it was 200 years ago.
Right.
So we could be right there at that anniversary.
And I heard reports that not only did they leave people chained to this wall, but like orphans and stuff that weren't wanted, they also kept up in the same room where people were chained. Do you know of any truth
Orphans
to
could have
that?
been kept in this room. The next room over is known to be the orphanage.
Okay.
So they were also up here, but not necessarily in this space or
Okay.
chained. There is record of a man named Seward Wagner who jumped off the roof and died. He likely jumped from up there. He likely got out that way somehow. And the anniversary of his death is right around now. It was end of February. So we are right there. And his name was coming up like crazy a few weeks ago. Things about jumping and the roof were coming up during Estes. So we think we were getting Seward a couple weeks ago.
Wow, okay. This is the area that they refer to as the chicken coop.
Correct. Yeah, this would be the chicken coop.
Do you know how I got that name?
I don't actually. It's just something that kind of is.
Right.
Yeah, as far as I know, there's not a real reason for it. It just is what it is. But if you sit down at that end, specifically, if you sit down at that end, I'm going to use this as an affirmative, as a statement. You will see shadow activity down here.
Really?
I'm not even going to say you should be able to. You will. I mean,
So this is a great place to set up a static camp.
yes.
Okay. I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, we'll have to set one of them up.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
set.
if you do and you don't get anything from it, I would be shocked. So this actually is what would have been the orphanage.
Okay.
And it is sad. It's just sad, and it's heavy, and you can feel it.
I mean, I was going to say I definitely feel the heaviness of this room.
I mean, there's a couple random toys that have been left around. What's that? That's
It kind of hits you. It kind of hits you in the gut a little bit. Like,
yeah, there's random toys that have been left around.
kind of hits you in the gut, doesn't it? The feeling of this room.
Yeah, it does. Every now and then there's something that seems to not belong in here. And it doesn't last very long, but other than that, it's just what you're feeling right now. Just the general sadness,
Yeah.
despair. Despair is the word. 1,200 bodies, and the few headstones are up here. This is it. Well, somebody tried. I mean, 1981 is so recent when you look at some of these other ones. This headstone is in memorial of Vivian, a woman who was a resident here, along with her granddaughter. Her granddaughter was a resident here.
Alright guys, so we just finished up with the tour at the Fairfield County Infirmary, and we're getting ready to go out on our investigation tonight. We're going to start off things with Gage, Lucas, and Anderson. They're going to be going up to the third floor to conduct some experiments up there. Myself, Noah, Shove, and Ethan, we're going to be going down to the basement, also conducting a little bit, probably going to mess around with an EVP session. We're going to meet back here at HQ here in about probably an hour or so.
We're going to send Anderson alone.
Yeah, we're going to send Anderson.
And probably Lucas, too. Where do you want to go on that?
Anywhere.
He goes anywhere.
Goes anywhere.
His car.
Where the heat is. Where the heat is.
It is a very cold in this building.
Let's go 316.
I don't know what that is.
Me either. I'm half battery.
Should probably replace it before we left. Alright. You want to do a spirit box session? Alright. Is there anything you'd like to say? Radio check.
Listen, Warrington, this is a positive.
So you got something sitting up the grandpa. We're glad you did that. Can you do it again? Probably. Did you hear that? We're trying. Yeah, that was like a different from most of the other words you can hear. What are you trying? And coming into switch back to FM. No more spirit box or REM pod activity was captured in room 316.
Like there's the. Wait, hold on. I know where we're going now. This is the doctor's office. So we can actually
Ooh,
start.
that got really cold.
It's cold in here. It's still a bit cold in here. You know how we leave. So what we're going to be doing is I've got an EVP, which is it detects electrical voice phenomena. We're basically going to use this piece of equipment to allow whatever spirit may be in this room to contact with us. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to place it right here. And we're gonna get it. This is Noah Flynn, the Belmont Paranormal Society, conducting an AVP session. Are there any spirits in this room with us right now? I know that this is the doctor's office. Whenever this place.
It was at this moment Noah's EVP recorder captured an EVP.
People that stayed here. Okay, so that was just my partner, Gage, and the other group. They're doing a radio check. Flint of Warrington. This is a positive.
No further EVPs were captured this session.
This would be a good room.
say that again? Were you able to give us a sign? Who are you? How you like your bed? Not bad. Not bad.
While Noah's crew was conducting an EVP session next to the Bible and reading Bible verses, the following EVPs were captured.
Let's see. Let's find a good page to work with. How about then Rot Bizelli and yeah, I'm butchering that. Let's find something more English. And Nadab and Abihu, and Nadab and Abihu, the sons of, and Nadab and Abihu, the sons of, and Nadab and Abihu, the sons of, thereon, and offered strange fire before the Lord, which he commanded them not.
No more EVPs were captured during this session.
Alright, so you want to shut on it?
So I'm just gonna go in here.
Yeah, I don't think it's a smart idea for the lead.
Well, why don't you just stay out here?
I'm staying on the outside. Okay. Or at least by the door.
I'm gonna go ahead and conduct another EVP session. Alright, so we are trying to make contact with any of the spirits that may be down here with us. I heard this is the old morgue where they would take the people that had died and work on their bodies. I also hear that this is the very freezer that not only would they place.
At this moment, Noah's EVP recorder captures a voice. Here's the audio of the camera, then the audio of the recorder.
Is that true? Is that true? Is that true? Is that true?
No more EVPs were captured during this session.
Well, I guess we did bring knives.
Flynn to Warrington. Sir, we're headed back to base camp.
Alright, we're about to send Anderson, one of the guest investigators, by himself. He's new to this. He's a skeptic. Go get it.
While Anderson was leaving his solo in the attic, he heard footsteps coming behind him on the staircase and took off running like a girl.
Alright, so we got a couple people out right now going to Walmart for a special trip, which is Lucas and Ethan. During that time, myself, Gage, Anderson, and Shof, we're going to be going up and performing an Estes method right now, so let's get to it.
While the group was heading up to the third floor, the group heard the REM pod going off, which was left in room 317.
REM pod's going on.
Shit. Going off's an understatement. It's fucking sitting on the damn thing.
Nuts. Yeah, this is all that.
It makes me feel very weird.
It's
Oh my god, my heart just got heavy looking down that hallway.
I know.
Yeah, that hallway down there is freaky.
If you can hear that, that's the REM pod set up.
It's just the temperature alarm.
So this is the temperature. If there's something that's messing with this device, can you Can you stop that? Thank you.
After no more REM pod action was happening in room 317, the group moves the REM pod down the hallway where the Estes method is going to take place.
So,
What's in here?
ooh,
What the?
already. So, there's somebody messing with that right now. Can you go ahead and step away from that? Thank you.
Said you're welcome.
After Noah asks the following questions, our camera's audio picks up the following voice.
Can you make that device go off again? So with the Estes method, you take that spirit box and you plug it into a pair of noise-canceling headphones, which when you put that on that headphones, the only thing that you're hearing is that static of the radio frequencies going off until you would hear a response that was been manipulated by the spirits. And then you take a blindfold and cover your eyes so that essentially what you're doing is you are completely cutting yourself off of any of your normal senses to focus in on what you're hearing, and that no way are you manipulated by the things that I may be asking while under the Estes method. So therefore, if I'm asking a question and I get a response by the person under the headset, there's no sort of scientific reason as to why the answer and the question should match, because like I said, the person that's under the headset cannot hear me, cannot see me, anything of the sort, so they should have no sort of influence as to what I'm saying. So we're going to be conducting the Estes method here with Gage in the creepy hallway. We're going to give it a shot. All right, Gage, whenever you are ready, put on the headset. Testing, Gage, can you hear me? Take that as a no. Do you want us to leave?
I'll take that as a yes.
I'm going to take that as a yes. If you want me to leave this area, make that device go off again.
That's a pretty resounding.
Are you recording that thing?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
You think so? Are you the presence that's making that device go off?
Hey,
Hi. What's your name?
yeah,
Yeah? Are you here with us? Do you like playing with the REM pod? If you can make that REM pod go off one more time, I will leave this area.
I can't.
While Anderson's equipment was malfunctioning and they were trying to fix the situation, whistling can be heard and was captured by both of our cameras.
The battery must be dying.
Mm-hmm.
Here. So just kind of get closer to me and then we'll turn the flashlight on. So that's the battery must be dying. Here. So just kind of get closer to me and then we'll turn the flashlight on. So that's where you'll just kind of focus in on me where you can see me.
Sounded like Get Out.
If you touch that REM pod one more time, I will leave this area.
No.
Got a couple good responses.
Yeah, one
Get the REM pod.
Try the attic.
All right.
We're going.
Well, since you did what I asked, we will leave this area.
Come over here now. Just don't fall into this.
Well, your box is already going off.
There is somebody manipulating that device. Can you step away from that?
It's definitely the elevator shaft.
Thank you.
While in the attic, Anderson points the camera and the microphone down the other side and captures this female voice.
I think the battery's dying because the FM just went out.
If this presence is supposed to be so scary, make yourself known to me. Okay. Thank you.
At this moment, Noah and Anderson both hear knocking coming from the other side of the attic. Here's the audio.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. All the way back there.
I heard something moving around back there.
After Noah mentions the spirit is playing a game with us, this voice is captured.
I feel like we're playing a game right now because every time I'm standing up here, something happens back there, and every time I go back there, you make this device go off. You know what? Actually, real quick, let's start with that REM pod. I want to see if one of the kids wants to play with the REM pod. So, already.
Don't close the doors. Got it.
Hello. You like playing with the REM pod? Can you stop making that go off for a second? Thank you. If you want me to leave you alone and leave this area, let me know by making that device go off. Okay, alright, I guess we're going. Well, I think that's a sign that it wants me to leave.
So we're about to attempt an EVP recorder session here in the bathroom.
The second floor, I believe?
Yeah, second floor
Second
bathroom.
floor. This is Ethan. I'm Cyrus. We're relatively new to the crew and a little bit of experience, but we're going to test this out, see how this goes.
They capture no voices.
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary.
I'm not gonna lie, I got worried there for a second. I said fucking Bloody Mary, bleep. Oh, no, fuck that.
I can't be on the camera.
The first time you said it.
You want to keep messing with that?
I'm gonna take it down to the funeral home here in a minute, or the funeral area.
There you go. Keep it up.
Sounds like a Noah's bedroom.
Alright guys, so I'm up here in the attic where they used to stick the people that were supposedly insane up here, and when they didn't know what to do with them, they would literally chain them to this wall and just leave them here. That was my flashlight. So to kind of maybe stir up a little bit of activity, to see if we can get something going here. I have volunteered myself to be chained up to this wall and left here in isolation to feel what they were feeling and see if we can get any activity.
You got the REM pod on you?
I didn't bring it.
I'll grab it. This infrared light's dead. Alright. Just go plug it in.
I'm gonna see also if I can get them to maybe turn off that flashlight.
What flashlight?
That one. See if they can play with it a little bit. This might be easier.
You want them double cuffs so you don't actually lock yourself tighter?
Should be alright.
You have like red rings around your logos.
Alright. Watch it.
So close. Good?
Listen, I hope you guys enjoy watching this. This is all for your viewing pleasure. So, just so you can see, I can't get out of this if I wanted to. Actually, that kind of hurts.
You want me to small one?
Nah, it's
Are you talking about like when you pull it?
when I pull on.
Oh, that's all right. No big deal.
Yeah. Alright. You make a loud bang. Do anything.
Noah and Gage now head to room 318 to conduct an Estes method.
Our tour guide, Christopher, spoke a lot about this room 318. Is there something special about this room?
They either said Saul or Paul.
Paul? Is that your name? Is there something here that is preventing you?
It's me.
Who are you?
It was a male voice.
Are you Willie? Is your name Willie? Or is this Paul?
What?
What's your name? Can you tell me your name?
Little?
Little? Is that your name? Were you mistreated in this place? I heard there was a...
Can you repeat?
There's a spirit in here trying to communicate. Can you tell me your name?
I'm here.
Who are you? What's your name? Is there something here that you're afraid of?
Back up.
Back up from where? Do you know Christopher?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is there someone out in that hallway?
Kind of sounded like it said camera.
What about the camera? Do you not like the camera?
No, I don't.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. I just wanted to try and tell your story. Do you not want your story told?
This is my house.
I know it's your house.
Sound like it said Paul again.
I know this is your house. And I don't mean to intrude. I'm just trying to help. Do you want us to leave your house?
Kind of sounded like it said this is my home.
I know this is your home. And I'm not trying to be in your space more than you want me to.
Yeah.
Do you want me to leave? Do you want me to leave this area?
No?
No? Where would you like me to go?
Hi.
Hello? Is this somebody new that I'm talking to?
I sound like a little kid.
Eva? Is that you?
Yes.
Hi, Eva. Do you like to play, Eva? Eva, is Paul not letting you talk to me?
Get out.
Who's telling me to get out? Who is it that is telling me to get out?
Yes.
Yes, what does that mean? Who is this I'm speaking with?
Do it?
Do what? Leave? Are you the male spirit that doesn't like women?
Maybe bitch?
Ooh. So you are the spirit that doesn't like women. I heard that a certain name that you don't like is Carolyn. How does that make you feel?
No.
You don't like Carolyn? Why don't you like women? Does that make you feel powerful?
I will murder you.
You'll murder me? I don't think so. You seem to be afraid of men. You only power on women.
I'm hearing male and female like they're talking. I can't hear what they're saying though.
Whatever entity is here that is being
Sound like it said lady.
lady? Who is the lady? Are you scared to give me your name?
I will try.
Well, just tell my friend your name. What's your name?
The darkness.
The darkness? Are you telling me that you
Dark again.
You are the 7-foot shadow man?
They're all female right now.
Ladies, is he not letting you speak with me? Is there anybody still here with me?
Hi. Female.
Hi, who is this? What's
Eva.
your... Eva?
Male voice.
Who are you?
Said something like born that way.
You were born scared? I'm sorry.
No. Male voice.
No, I don't frighten you?
Help.
Who needs help?
Sure. That was a female.
What's your name? Is this Eva?
He's here.
Who is here? Who's here, Eva?
In the corner. Kind of sound like I said in the basement. Help.
You need help in the basement?
Are they in the basement?
Huh?
Are they in the basement?
Let me ask. Wait, you guys said that you're in the basement? Copy. That's weird.
I'm going under.
Alright. Did you just try to tell my friend through the headset to go to the basement?
Basement again.
Are you wanting us to go to the basement? There's already people down there in the basement.
They said I know.
You know? You want us to join them?
Go.
You want me to go down there? Why? Do you not want me up here?
Oh, it said tall.
Ooh. Are you the 7-foot tall shadow?
I am.
You are. Are you in the basement?
Oh, that was a man kid. It was a man's voice.
Are you in the basement or are you up here?
That was the clearest voice all night.
Where are you? Are you wanting us to leave?
I am.
You are what?
Here.
What's your name?
Big and bad.
You are big and bad? What makes you so big and bad? Are you the one that antagonizes women?
Yes.
You are? You know, I think that's pretty filthy.
For fun.
You do it for fun? That's pretty sick, man.
I am big.
Are you? Because I feel like you're pretty small. Picking on women.
That was a dark voice, like a deeper voice.
I feel like you're pretty small for picking on women. Are you afraid of men?
Hey,
Hey, what?
get out.
Why do you want me to leave? Are you afraid of me?
Yes.
You are afraid of me? Why are you afraid of me? Because
Another voice said, hey. Different voice, though.
Are you afraid of me because I'm not a woman?
Yes.
Wow. So, you're perfectly okay with antagonizing women because you're afraid of men. You think you're big and bad because you pick on women?
I think I said yes.
But you're scared of men?
I said I'm big again.
You're not big. You're small. You're weak.
I think I said evil.
You're not evil.
Back to the basement.
You're going back to the basement?
I am.
Should I follow you there?
No.
You don't want me to go to the basement. Why? Why don't you want me to go to the basement?
Run.
Run from what?
Run away.
From what?
I said or something.
Or what? What are you gonna do?
I said get out.
No. I will not get out.
I am evil.
No, you're not. You're weak.
I said I am evil again.
No, you're not.
It was like I am evil.
You only prey on women, which makes you weak. You think you're more powerful than them, but you're not. You're pathetic.
A couple of females coming through now, but I can't understand them.
That's it. Let's overpower him, ladies. Let's show
That
him.
was a female that said get out.
Are you telling me to get out, or the other, or the big tall man?
Tall.
That's it, ladies. Let's tell him to get out. He does not belong here. Who is the woman that I'm speaking with?
It's me.
Hi, what's
Stop
your name?
talking.
You want me to stop talking? Why?
Because.
Why? Because I'm right? Because you don't have power over these women? And you're afraid?
I am evil.
No, you're not. No, you are not. You are weak. You are small.
I think a female just said hey.
Hi. What's your name?
I think she said evil.
Who's evil?
I am. That was a man's voice.
You are not evil. We've been over this. And I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to the woman's voice. Let her speak.
Leave.
I will not leave.
Now.
No. You do not have power over me. Are you still not letting her speak to me?
Yeah?
Let her speak to me.
That sounded like a female scream.
Let her through to me. Let her speak. You will let her speak to me.
No.
Yes, you will. You do not have
I think I
power.
said motherfucker.
You're calling me a motherfucker? You only prey on women.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what you
That
are.
was a very sarcastic yeah.
Yeah, you are weak. Are you the person that ran this place when it was
No.
running? No? You are not the person that ran this place?
I think I said let's play.
Where? Where do you want to play?
How? How? Me?
Help you? Is that what you're saying?
I might have said help me.
Are you trying to ask for help?
Run.
Run from what?
The cooler in the basement.
The cooler in the basement? Is that where you want me to go?
Basement?
Right? Do you want me to go to the basement?
On the floor? Hey, kid.
Hey, are you still guys in the basement?
I was gonna say, is there fucking making noise?
Is anybody laying on the floor? Sitting on the floor?
Sitting on the couch and chairs.
Okay. What's down in that cooler that you want them to see?
Dead bodies?
Yeah, I did hear that they stored dead bodies where they stored your guys' food. Why do you want them to see the dead bodies?
I was.
Were you one of the dead bodies?
In the attic?
Did you die in this attic?
Yeah.
Yeah? Were you the person that froze to death when they were chained to the wall?
Help? That was a female. Run? That was a male.
Where am I supposed to run to?
We decided to end our night by paying our respects to the over 1,200 unmarked bodies buried in the cemetery.
Ain't listening to you.
So, we're here because we'd like to pay our respects to all the people that were unjustly buried here. I think it is very cruel that not only did they make you suffer in that place when you were alive, but they did not even lay you properly to rest.
Lucas, final thoughts on the night?
Is you still fake?